Friend, we heard you, okay? I'm going to get your name here. I can't not miss this. I think it's Donald. Yes. Donald. Thank you for your diligence and coming to every video we've posted for the past 2 months, I want to say, and requesting Sabaton 1960.
Yep.
Okay, so this must be so important to you. At one point, I was like, I'm not going to be badgered into doing this song. And then I changed my perspective and I was like, if he's this dedicated to ask on every single video, to hell, we're just gonna do it and just see.
And a lot of people love Sabaton. A lot of they're pretty big. So
I needed a little bit of help because that's not a world that I came from. So I employed Gemini. I was gonna say ChatGPT, but Gemini, to get a little bit smart, and I wanted to share just a short summary with our friends. Can I do that? Okay. So 1916 is a cover song by the Swedish heavy metal band Sabaton, originally written and performed by the British rock band Mötorhead in 1991. Sabaton released their version in April 2023 as part of their EP release. Key information about this song. Historical context. The song tells a somber story from the perspective of a young British soldier who volunteers for the army, adding 2 years to his age to join the fight in World War I, only to die in a brutal Battle of Somme in 1916. Over 1 million men were killed or wounded during this battle, making it one of the deadliest in history. The lyrics describe the tragic fate of the young soldiers. One of the lyrics is, 16 years old when I went to the war to fight for a land fit for heroes, and I marched and I fought and I bled and I died, and I never did get any older. Sabaton released this music video, which features historical characters and cameos from the living members of Mötorhead, Mikey D and Phil Campbell.
That's awesome.
So there's my summary, guys. Hopefully you're up to speed now as I am going into this song that our friend keeps requesting.
That's great. I had no idea about the history like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Was it too much? Too little?
No, that's great. Okay. Lemmy from Mötorhead, that's pretty awesome. So, man, the Battle of Somme, that's too much. Dude was all young and thought he was going to be out there and didn't make it. Well, thank you very much, Donald, for requesting it. Now, in the era of transparency, I was never big into power metal, so I never did get into Sabaton, which is probably one of the reasons why we haven't already done them, is because we just haven't really been into power metal so much.
Now that I know,
I can definitely respect it, and I can see where it comes from.
We always love a performance.
Absolutely. And Tina Guo played with them a few times, I think. So,
oh, really? No,
not on this one, but she's played with them live at Wacken and Rock am Ring and stuff. So
she's awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
here we go. Sabaton 1916.
Do you know the Mötorhead guys?
No. I only know Lemmy, to be honest with you. I was never really into Mötorhead either.
What's up, Rob?
Yo, what's up, Rob?
16 years old when I went to the war to fight for a land fit for heroes. God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero. And I marched, and I fought, and I bled, and I died, and I never did get any older. But I knew at the time that a year in the line was a long enough life for a soldier.
It was an English soldier?
We all volunteered and we wrote down our names and we added 2 years to our ages. Eager for life and ahead of the game, ready for history's pages. And we brawled and we fought and we fought till we stood 10,000 shoulder to shoulder. Our thirst for the run, we were food for the gun, and that's what you are when you're soldiers.
video is really well done.
Yeah, it pulls you in. Man, just a kid.
Oh, the Mötorhead flag.
I know, I love that.
British and the
That's great.
Yeah.
Man, so now, like I said, I was never into Mötorhead, so I don't know much about the original. Does the original song sound like this? I can't imagine the original song sounds like this. It feels to me like it would be like more punk rock.
Maybe we should pull it up just to hear it afterwards.
Maybe afterwards or something.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it would be a little bit heavier and, more.
I had no idea, guys. As I mentioned in the intro, like I had to chat GPT, I had to AI it just to figure it out. What the background.
Original is more stripped down. Okay.
I could see Dan Bask doing this.
Totally. He probably already did. Look at Lemmy.
Wow.
And that's how it is for a soldier.
Man.
Wow. Can we hear that last chorus part, or is it still going?
Oh, we still have. Wow, we still have a ways left to go. And
beautiful.
That's how it is for a soldier.
man.
Somber.
I know, it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
With no training. That's crazy.
That's terrible.
Damn. For 6 miles of ground, like that just doesn't make sense,
Adam did a great job on this. Great job.
Yeah. End credits, Cello by Tina Guo. Okay.
Okay.
I guess she did play on this. Not surprised.
Tina.
This was definitely a production.
Yeah. Oh. Strings are beautiful.
It's just gorgeous. It's so somber. Punks, rocks, chicks. That's great. Man, a lot of people in this.
This is like Sabaton's huge, right? To have a production like this?
Yeah. Jeez. It's like a movie. That's crazy.
Man, even that shot with the planes. Yeah, Tina.
Yeah.
See? You guys were saying that earlier in the chat. Wow.
What an end shot with that cello going.
Man, that was somber.
Whew.
It's interesting. It's like, I don't know if for Don or Donald, if that was significant in some way, like it touched his heart. Certain songs like that, you know, have like memories associated with people. What a sad, sad story.
I know, it sucks, especially when you see the stats and see that, you know, all those people died for 6 miles of ground that none of them even owned. You know, they were just there to fight. Like,
and it's interesting, right? Like, this is kind of like a relative tangent. Jeremy and I, we really like watching history, war, not just war, but just history things. That is new though. Like earlier in life when I was a teenager and stuff like that, I didn't, you know, like I just wasn't as dialed in to the academics as I, you know, especially when it comes to history. But as I get older and have more an appreciation, it's almost like learning things again for the first time. And so my point there is like this particular story, right? What inspired Lemmy? Did he see a documentary? Did he know because he was a history buff?
I think it was he was watching a show or something.
Is that what it was?
Right?
Like, what about this part of history? Like, of course, it's a huge momentum occasion with a loss of life and things like that. But it's like, what inspired him to bring it to attention and the appreciation for doing so, right? Because he's kind of educating a lot of people that may not be as dialed in through visuals to identify with such a powerful story. And I applaud that. Yeah,
it was a very touching video. I don't know that I would have grasped that song if it wasn't for the video and for the knowledge. Like if I would just heard it, it probably would have just been another one that I just, you know, I listened, I heard, and that was enough, you know? But seeing it with the video and how that all plays in, man, that's very touching.
It was touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded great and it was very powerful. I think, like I said, with the video going along with it, like it just felt way powerful.
Very. And you know, to your point on power metal, like this is my first Sabaton, guys. I'd never heard any other before, I don't think. And when you had set it up about it being power metal, I was kind of going into it. I think my point is like, I think they did a very classy job of keeping the powerful voice, but not shredding such that it did disservice to the story itself. And then the incorporation of the strings, I think it was very tastefully composed. And I thought, oh, were we going to pull up the original Mötorhead one? Just to get a quick sound? Like, I'd love to hear what that just sounded like. I was going to say it did a great service to the original, but I don't know what the original sounds like, guys.
Yeah, let's see. Mötorhead.
Do it from theirs.
This one.
Yeah. Maybe just skip ahead a little bit.
To the war, to fight for a land fit for heroes.
Oh, Lemmy.
God on my side and a gun in my hand, chasing my days down to zero.
Maybe the
Yeah.
chorus, maybe?
Skip ahead. I don't know what the chorus is. It's
Here we go.
And we fought and we hoard till we stood 10,000
Okay.
shoulders.
I get it.
very much more stripped down. I forget who was saying that. Rob was saying that maybe.
Yeah. So there wasn't really a chorus.
Not into Mötorhead. I'm going to need you to hand in your Metalhead card, Jer. Sorry, man. As I've said before on this channel, like metal, I didn't get metal until I was already like late teens, really, or mid teens. Like I didn't listen to it. I was hip hop, you know, I was straight up hip hop. So I didn't get any of that stuff back in the day.
That was great, guys. That
Yeah,
really was.
definitely.
I'm appreciative of learning that.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really clever how they told the story. Not clever. It was just genius how they were walking down the streets and then how they had the kid.
Yeah.
Like it just made you feel so bad. And like, you really think like that's a 16-year-old. Like what could it have been like for a 16-year-old when shells are going off around you and artillery and just people dying? Like that's got to be terrifying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Especially
16.
We've been like I said, we watch these documentaries and like Netflix things, and not just Netflix, but YouTube. There's some great channels that have history related documentaries, I'll call it,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, that feel like they'd be produced on Nat Geo. I mean, they're done really well. And one that we watched recently depicted that. It was like young, completely unaware young teenagers going into the service, and it just puts you in a different moment when you're kind of actively
What were we watching?
It was some documentary.
It was All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
On Netflix?
Yeah,
I think that one
that's
was.
what we were watching, and it was from the German side. It was the German side of the story from World War One.
And all of the young soldiers getting basically like thrown into this big room and their heads shaved, and
they're all excited to go into war, not realizing that the uniforms that they're getting were all from the dead soldiers that just got killed on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And, you know, the one guy's like, oh, this uniform was already taken because it had somebody's nameplate on it.
Yes.
And the guy was like, oh, that must have been a mistake. And he just ripped it off, threw it on the floor and gives it to him. It's like, yeah, that dude just died in that uniform. And then all the kids are all like, you know, all excited to go to war. And it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know,
Anyways, we didn't
what
need
you
to
don't know.
buzzkill, but it is kind of important kind of recollection of history and paying our respects to it. And I'm glad to have heard that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know that that's what Sabaton is like known for. I don't know about power metal. I was never really into it. So I'm sure they get a little bit more in depth in their guitars and everything. And
do they get goofy? Like,
I don't know if they get goofy
not like
or not.
Manowar Steel type of thing.
I don't know. But then again, power metal is definitely wizards and dragons, and you know, like it's
not all
of it, but you know. So yeah, that's some craziness. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Guys.
And y'all know what's up. We'll catch y'all on the next one, friends. Peace.